Okay, now we're going to use the aggression data to do an ANOVA. An ANOVA is often preferable to a t-test because in an ANOVA you can compare more than one group at a time. Um, in this case, why don't we compare the the percentage of aggression for Lois, um, total aggression, her verbal aggression, Peter's total aggression, and Peter's verbal aggression. So we're going to compare all of these separate assessments. In order to do so, we have to reorganize the data a little bit. So here we have our data in columns. So each category is in columns. But most ANOVA programs require all of the data to be in one column, and then use the other columns to designate which groups they're in. So let's copy this file. So we're going to make a copy. And let's call this ANOVA. All right, and we're going to say OK. Okay, so we have the data in a new spreadsheet. And the reason why I made a copy is because the other spreadsheet you wouldn't have access to. So you couldn't make any changes, but this one you will be able to make changes. All right. So let's make a new sheet on this spreadsheet, and we're going to create one column called for percent aggression. So I'm just going to abbreviate it. So per ag. All right. And then we're going to make another column that tells us what type of aggression we're looking for. So let's say egg type. All right. And then we're going to have another column that tells us who is being measured, Lois or Peter. So let's just say LP for this one. All right. So now that we have our categories set up for another in another sheet, we're going to go back to the first sheet and highlight all of the percentage of total acts of aggression. All right, for Lois. We're going to copy this and we're going to paste it in our percentage of aggression column, and then we need to designate this as total aggression. So let's just say T. So let's copy this down. So the aggression type is total, and then the person is lowest. So let's just put an L there. No, we don't want LP, we just want L. And we want all of these to be lowest. So this percentage of aggression is a total aggression coming from lowest. Now we need to do that for the other three categories. All right, so we're going to highlight Peter's total aggression, copy, and put those numbers in the aggression table or column. And then this is total aggression, so we're going to copy that down. But now instead of total aggression, we have Peter. All right. Now we're going to go back to the first sheet and copy lowest as verbal aggression. And then we're going to paste it into the aggression column again. And let's try this again. Okay, so that didn't copy. Let's try it again. Copy. Paste. Paste. All right. Those numbers are in, and this is verbal aggression, so let's put a V. And make sure all of them have a V. All right. And then this is lowest, so we want L's in the lowest Peter column. All right. And then we want to get Peter's verbal aggression. So paste those numbers into the percentage column. And these are verbal aggression. All right. And then the person making the verbal aggression is Peter. So we're going to do P for Peter. All right. While we do this, let's make a fourth column to designate these categories separately. So let's call this column group. And lowest total aggression, let's call that group 1. So copy down, right? Group 2 is going to be Peter total aggression. All right. And we have to move down a little bit. Group 3 is going to be lowest verbal aggression. And group 4 is going to be Peter verbal aggression. All right. So now that we have our data reorganized, we can now use this data to go back into R and do an ANOVA.